Okay, hello. Palidore here for VRML. Just trying to get myself set up. Hopefully, how the audio quality is, stream quality, all that stuff. Reason I'm streaming on channel 2. This is just a bit of practice and setup for me, just trying to get it working, but preseason about to be underway. This is exciting time. Just getting set to go soon. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna actually just skip this time. We're gonna go ahead and start pretty shortly here. And there we have our teams. I'm gonna get them ready and set to go.
Right, I think we're good to go, boys.
Awesome.
Good.
All
Let's
right.
make this...
Teams are ready to
We've got
go.
our free stuff.
Sharing some laughs, sharing some fun. About to get the first game of VR Master League Preseason 1.
Yeah, no mercy, boys.
Right underway here.
Mercy us quickly. Don't prolong
Hello,
it.
single shot, Lil Rad. Thanks for joining us.
I can say with 100% that won't go to 10 minutes.
Team
Well,
lost
we've played
Ducky.
3 games, haven't we, I think?
In any case, yeah, so our first match today, it will be a EU match. It's Combat Redacted. Over on Orange, Voodoo, VR, Lazy Goblin, Joke, and Swingly.
We were starting, weren't we? All right.
Yeah,
Over
I
on
think so.
Let's go.
Alpha Ducks on the blue team, it's Martin the Third, Lil Rad,
It's right there.
Dodie. Oh, Lil Rad from the chat. Are you watching the stream at the same time? Fascinating.
Yeah, Ducky did.
Any
it
case.
and bowed out.
Ducky is also on the team. He's around somewhere.
You know,
We'll get
he's
him back in
upgraded
here,
his
hopefully.
entire computer and everything else,
Andy
and
W,
still,
what's
like,
up?
Drops out. Should have saved his money and upgraded to like better internet.
So yeah, today it will be a solo cast for this first game. It
Here he
was
comes.
the matches were put out just hours ago, and then this one got organized really quickly. So I wasn't sure I'd be able to even get things all set and sorted. Haven't even operated this broadcast booth before, but I have faith. Hopefully you have faith in me and faith in this
Boys, I'm taking
match. About to be a good one.
Right, you guys are ready up if you're
Oh,
ready.
no, never mind.
Ducky is back in the game, at least for the meantime. Hopefully internet issues don't plague him too badly.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Oh, you flicked off to the left.
Just me today on casting, on cameras, on production. Man of many hats, I guess. Hopefully this goes well. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, as I said before, I'm just looking forward to streaming and casting every match possible. Showcase as many of these great teams as possible.
What?
Nothing.
Are you ready, Doc?
Are we ready? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, you need to ready up.
Just getting ready. I already gave them the go-ahead, so it's all up to them now. And here we go. All right.
Round starting in 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Round one, this will be
3, 2,
about to get underway. Launch going out now. It's Martin taking the disc for Alpha Ducks. On sideline camp at the moment. Trying. And we'll pretend that didn't happen. Ducky's scoring. I got it at the very end. Oh boy. All right, I'm going to switch to manual cam here.
7, 6,
And we're just going to go right into it.
4, 3, 2,
Watch these guys over on Alpha Ducks launch into their defense.
it's game on.
See how it goes. Oh, forcing the turnover. Actually, it's going to be taken there by Stody, anchoring down. Cannot get that shot. Rebound to Ducky. Ducky. Oh, the save by, who was it? Lazy Goblin, but it still went in. So that was almost a fantastic save by Lazy, just getting at the last second, but floating into the background. Back into the backboard area, and momentum just took the disc with him. So, hey, Gonna happen, folks. Rolling out on offense now. It's gonna be Joker getting the clear, Voodoo into the blue side of the floor. For Alpha Ducks. Getting that disc off the boost, it's Ducky. Gonna back it out to Martin now. Martin's gonna go over to Bowtie, hitting Stody. And on the other end of the floor, it's gonna be Lil Rad. Coming back onto defense now. For combat redacted, but saved by Lazy Goblin. Goblin's gonna get that to Swingley. Swingley trying to swing it through the mid area. It's gonna be just missed by Stody on that grab, but on the rebound, it's still Lil Rad. Able to get that disc, find a pass mid over to Martin III. Martin, of course, a longtime player in Echo Arena since the very beginnings, made some excellent videos of the likes and competed in multiple seasons and causing a turnover now, though it's Swingley. But hey, it's Lil Rad with the little big shot. 3 points, 7 points now for Alpha Ducks.
11, 10,
Well done on their part there.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now on the rollout then, it will be,
The arena.
looks like a headbutt, then a grab turnover to Lil Rad X. Into the 2-point zone, or actually in the outer area. Goblin taking that disc now. Backing it and trying to find a pass or a clear deep into that corner pocket. Stody's going to get that though, send it down, just missing. Rebounded still by Lil Rad. Trying to find a pass, goes astray. Taken back by Ducky. Ducky's going to miss that shot, but maybe get his own rebound. He will. Going to go down low again, but no, save there by Goblin. Taken now by Martin. Martin's going to go, but another save by Lazy Goblin. Getting all the grabs right now. You can hear the excitement and perhaps frustration over there on behalf of Combat Redacted. Disc is going to go over to Lil Rad X. Looking behind him, checking. Trying to assault the goal. Going down anchors. Ducky for the rebound. Ducky's finding the nest pass over to Lil Rad X. An anchor again. There you go. 10 points. That is a quick series of goals in this first 4 minutes of play. 3.5. Counting. Working out well so far for the Alpha Ducks. Rolling out though on another quick joust. Just boosting through it. But slapped back with that pass over to Lil Rad X. And then Lil Rad to Stody. Stody, another anchor shot. Interesting. Oh, a headbutt save, I think, by Lazy Goblin. Gonna float on out that 3-point zone, taken by Stody, and Stody another 3-point assault. That is a 13-0 start so far. And right now, seems as if they're just doing it purely based on these 3-point shots. Some of them anchor shots, and that one just behind the barrier area. And another headbutt goes on through. It's going to be picked up there quickly by Stody. Stody quickly to the goal. That is a 16-point lead off the bat.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Checking that real quick. I mean, 6 apiece for Lil Rad and Stody. Ducky with 2. Missing there on the grab. It's going to be taken by Swingley, but Stody again, and the assault continues. A barrage of 3-point shots.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Quite the high-scoring game early on for the Alpha Ducks. I know one of the players over on Combat Redacted actually had a headset issue, had to get a replacement within the last few hours, so it was a very immediate series of events. But managed to get back in time, credit to him. Looks like Martin's going to go on the back line there. He's just going to wait on the side wall as the defense takes position there for the crew on orange. But pass down to Stody, and nice passing plays, going top, going down low, and then going straight into the goal.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Right now, it just seems like the orange team is a bit scrambled on defense. A lot of these, a lot of them are the open threes, and then the great communication as well from Team Alpha Ducks. getting a lot of these anchor shots, stunning out the goalies at times. And we actually saw that from Ducky yesterday in the EU show match when he was on Team Boop. There was a play or two of those, and I think Ducky took part in it too. Now getting stunned, speaking of Swingley. Nice stun on the Duck Man. But back into the mid area. It's going to be Stody taking it. Stody shooting it. And Stody. The Stody lead. I don't know that Stody's actually a word. I'm thinking of something else, I'm sure, but you get what I think I was thinking of maybe Stouffer's. Stovetop stuffing. I don't know. In any case, on the rollout, Lazy Goblin, Voodoo as well. Missing the grab on the disc. Martin's going to find his front stack. Stody. Stody not able to capitalize on that goal, so it's going to go back into the hands of Blue and the Alpha crew. Martin the third knows what to do. It's Stody now. A slam dunk directly into the goal, in fact, for 3.
What was that?
If I'm correct, also, I believe that Team Combat Redacted, formerly known as Combat Crabs, I believe? But, you know, crabbing and combat is one of those things that people tend not to like, so I'm assuming that's why the name change. Combat players. So clear, gets intercepted by Stody. Stody gonna go nest, but being punched. Ducky. So it was a nice job by Lazy Goblin. Defending that one. A second attempt there by Voodoo to try and stun that nest pass. It's gonna go back into the hands of Stody. Stody's gonna go for the goal, and it will be absolute for 3. Going up by a bunch, to say the least. But sticking on through it. Now, see, you can see a lot of these quick passes coming out from the orange team, from Combat. And it seems like the rollouts, as another goal goes in for Lil Rad, the rollouts at the moment don't have too much structure to it. It's more just they get there and then the disc just kind of gets tossed somewhere. So that's one of the things certainly they could address if you're a Combat right now. That Redacted. And we see even that time, just getting the boost quickly, is the blue team on Alpha Ducks. Voodoo's going to get the steal, going to get the clear, but way in the back line is Martin, along with Lil Rad. He does get a pass to, and who's going to go in, perhaps on this goal, taking another anchor shot, but not making it. Retaken there by Voodoo. Voodoo's going to get the clear now. Still into the hands of Stody. Stody's going to look for a pass into the goal, making another anchor shot, taking it, that is, but missing it. Going to be recovered there and dunked in by Lil Rad. 2 more points. Oh no, and someone with the sound bites. Just to throw in a little bit extra in there. So Stody and Lil Rad doing the bulk of the work at the moment. Scoring-wise, at least. And on this rollout, a lot of stuns happening. And down by the Ready at Dawn logo.
Fuck that shield, D.
Floating off into the mid area. It's going to be taken back by Stody. A boost attempt there by Combat Redacted, but now a one-on-one attempt by Ducky. Ducky's going to back it out, actually to Ness. Another anchor, but another ding that time. We have seen a few of those as well, but certainly they can afford those dings. Another one there. One more from Ducky, pushing off the backboard, pushing it into the goal off that shot. So up by 35 they go. Team Alpha Ducks trying to put on a show. Rolling on out now. See how they do manage to get the disc first, but it will actually ricochet backwards into him. Ducky's going to take a light fadeaway shot and another ding. Wow, you'd think they would they were aiming for those. How much they've hit him recently. That being said, 37 is no joke, so certainly volume shooting, but volume scoring as well. Getting the job done here. And with that, the round will be over in dominant fashion for Martin, Lil Rad, Stody, and Ducky. Alpha Ducks, quack quack. All right, so did I lose my volume on the game? Oh, no, I guess not. But that's right, I have the music up. That would make sense.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
All right, so Joust, second round. Here we go. First round taken heavily favored by Alpha Ducks. Gonna launch out Martin the third. Martin the third grabbing that disc. Gonna find a forward pass on to Little Rad. Little Rad's gonna put a Little Rad shot in for the first 3.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7,
Off
6,
tunnel for the launch. See the lineup of this orange crew. See what they can do. Taking it and getting punched. Still gets a slight clear into the side wall. Going to be taken there by Stody. Stody's going to look up top. Nice passing up there off the backboard and will be in. That one a 2-pointer.
11, 10, 9,
Rollout comes about again.
7,
Up to 5 now.
5.
Taking a look at the scores so far, Stody and Lil Rad 17 and 15 points, respectively. Wingley off the incredibly quick Joust. It's going to float off into the bottom ramp. Going to be taken here. See the defenders for combat. Being scored on right there with a shot from Stody, and the goalie's being bothered now by the offense as well. Routing them.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So again, back on the offensive Joust. Going to take that disc, Voodoo. Does have time to work with the stack lurking back, so for the rare change, they're going to take that opportunity just to hang back and end up intercepting it. Taking a shot, cannot make it. Ducky's going to rebound that, going to take that inside for the 2 points. Going to 10 now.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Third Dimwee with the VRML rules into account. Indeed, that may be the case. I'm sorry, I'm operating on 4 different hats right now. Cameraman, broadcast crew, solo caster, game ref, whatever you want to call it. I have a lot of hats. I'm trying. This is why we are on the second channel for... I am crewless right now, but I still wanted to get the stream in, showcase some of these matchups and the players as we get started early on into the season. And if nothing else, we can turn this as well into perhaps a little coaching session of sorts. Now, you can see that the blue team here over on Alpha Ducks, they've been doing a lot of great work there as we get a save from Voodoo and a clear as well. I think for the combat crew on orange, though, the thing is their rollouts are just a bit unplanned, it would seem. Now, possession change again to Martin III. Now, the defense kind of floating on about here, Voodoo, setting his curse on the blue team. Nobody's going to take that disc and clear it down. But indeed, the rollouts certainly could use some work. And now as far as the Alpha Ducks go here, they're just utilizing a lot of passing and bothering the goalies. So there's not enough pressure on who's holding the disc. And that's one of the things in competitive play and 4v4s that you want to do, again, is close in on the disc holder especially. Don't give him so much time to work with it. You have 1 at goal, but you still have 3 other players that can be doing something at any given time. So, with that being said, disc floating on into the bottom ramp near that rad logo again. That being said, if you're on the combat boys, 2 more points here. What you want to see is at least 1 player pressuring the disc holder as he brings it up and towards the bubble. You want to see 1 person at least somewhere around here on the barrier guarding that, because I'll get back to that in a second as we get through this launch. Pass actually going out. Wingley's going to take that, clear it in. Now if they can look for a boost. And that's another one of the things. We can actually see them linking up here, which is a good thing to do. He definitely got that. And a score potentially. It's a slow one. Can they get it? Absolutely a dunk. Slamming it in for the 2 points. Lazy Goblin. Oh yeah, the celebration going through. Well deserved from the orange crew. Gotta love it. In any case, that being said, we're going to go right back into this game here on the launch now for the first time in about 15 or 14 minutes of play. It is Stody, the giraffe arm, with the clear. Sails right on past him. Stody's going to recover, though. Going to pass it on over to Ducky. Ducky's checking behind on the stack, so nice boost coming in from the Orange Boys, but a nice pass to Martin on the slow cut from the corner area. Now, go back to what I was saying earlier, is that one important thing to note for newer players in competitive play and organized matches, the barrier shot is going to be the absolute easiest one, again, in terms of being high percentage. Launch go out. Taken there. So if you're on offense, you want to take all your shots if possible, as another shot comes in. You want to take all your shots if possible from right around here. Like you get a pass here, you drive it in because why? You have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 corners of shooting. You have the center area. The goalie is going to have a hard time defending that compared to shot from over here where you only have this slice of an angle or off the backboard or, you know, down here, things like that, right? Go back to the action real quick. Coaching break, sorry. But just want to make things, you know, informative if Combat Redacted watches this stream VOD later.
Oh, that's good now.
Or if there are other competitive players looking to get into the game and just wondering some of the meta that goes on in Echo Arena, especially in this 4v4. It is important to note that the meta is still very much under development, 4v4 being a very new format. In fact, you know, brand new to our competitive play in general. It was tested during Pizza League, but that was just a semi-random, you know, casual kind of thing. So it's still, the meta is still very much in development, and teams are figuring it out. As you see an anchor shot, but you can kind of see how Ducky right, or Little Rad right there, was left pretty uncontested. You know, he got the disc, and there was no one really guarding this barrier area. That just opens up so many angles of shooting. That's one of the biggest things I think that is improved in competitive play over the season is a defense. Excuse me while I grab a quick drink. But in any case,
Get to your launchers. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teams have cleared the launchers. Blue clears it out. Interception.
all right, took my drink.
Oh my god, lazy again.
Mouth a little
Jesus
dry from all
Christ, dude.
Hi. But it's good. We have things here that we can work with, that we can showcase. Despite the score differential, you know, there's definite teaching moments that we can have in a match in a stream like this. That is one of them now right there. Good reception. Got the clear. And right now, immediately when they lose control of the disc, that's what you want to be looking for, a boost. Because no matter what in Echo Arena, you're going to get from side to side, even in short to medium range, as a two-pointer goes out there for Stody. But even in those situations, you're still going to be so much faster if you find a teammate, or you find a what's called a leech. Some people may know that. Just basically a grab on a boost enemy player. Getting loose there. Stody's going to take that one, and I assume score it. Safe bet there. But anytime the disc ain't there, you're looking for those boosts. It's on the other side of the arena. You're turning around. You're doing a 360. You're finding someone or anyone to grab. The beauty of 4v4 is that it's actually pretty difficult to get abandoned situations. Because with that extra body there, the speed at which this game is played, and how frantic it does get, and there's usually going to be someone to grab in relatively close proximity. Now there's only, nice shot there from Little Rad. There's only, after all, 3 lanes to go through, you know, right, center, left. And with 4 players per team, you know, in theory, you could cover any and all of those lanes if you wanted to on one end of the floor. So if you find yourself stuck anywhere, chances are the disc gets cleared, someone's going to come through your lane or one of your teammates' lanes to be available for that grab and for that leech. A loose disc is going to be just missed there. Maybe a second shot attempt, but no, Swingley getting punched. Absolutely brutal from Martin, denying that shot and denying the opportunity for another 2 or 3 points. Now Stody, the back pass, going to look forward on over to Lil Rad. Lil Rad's going to take the shot into the goal, and way back actually is his teammate, but missing the grab on that one. Still going to float on back to Martin III. Martin's going to find a pass, trying to anchor it, or get to his anchored player. He's going to take his own pass back. Get it to Stody. Going to go for an anchored shot, but Voodoo, nicely done. But Stody just the same, winding and not winning. But another wind up, another toss in, another point, or two. And that is how the story will go. Any case, hopefully, again, when this VOD gets watched over, those are the kind of things that a newer team can learn. And I guess I'll use that opportunity as well to plug the Eclipse, which people are going to hate, but new Eclipse. It's Eclipse 0.5, 11.5, whatever you wish to call it. We are coaching teams now. Any teams who wish to be competitive in Scrim, we're doing these coaching scrims constantly now. It's me, Wit, Dash. We have Skinny, Rock Tor, Exhibit. It's a pretty open thing, of just consisting of high-level players trying to teach the metas and teach the players, just the team operatives, organizers. So, these players are funny, aren't they? But third round it will be, the first two rounds being dominated there by Alpha Ducks. Certainly Alpha in this match. So we're going to take a little 60-second break, intermission between the games, as is the case. But yeah, as I was saying, for any teams who do want coachings, just reach out to any of the people I did mention.
12, 11, 10,
Happy to do it. Also have some video content coming your way with some breakdowns. You can see here another thing, so they're all stacked up for a piece. Not opting for the PE joust, which is one of the common metas, but the thing about that is it's not one of the obvious ones. Okay, so PE joust, for those uninformed who may be watching, I'll avoid saying what it actually stands for, but it's basically launching without the catapult ring. Just do some re-grabs at the ends of the tunnel. You start it before the buzzer actually goes off. Also to the bomb in chat. Yes, there's apparently a mercy rule, but I am a one-man crew at the moment, and I have no way of really easily contacting me. So I'll just yell at Ducky later.
The third one, we have to play third because it's...
11, 10,
But for now, as your resident caster, broadcaster, cameraman, talker, coacher, extraordinaire, this is the best I can do. As Martin III comes on through, takes the disc, gonna back it out. And so another thing you'll witness that the Alpha Ducks are doing as well, is a lot of their passes off that shot from Ducky are coming from positional passes. You'll see a player anchor at nest oftentimes, at barrier, at one of these shoulders for the dunks. And that's another helpful tip. That's another helpful tip for players, especially newer ones who aren't confident with the passes quite yet, is you want to get into position for those passes. You don't have to make cross passes on moving targets. Just find your stationary target. Find a... This is called double diamond typically by players. This is called nest. This right here is shield or barrier, depending on who you are. Blue overtaking it there. We got ramps down low. Now this area usually called mid. Fittingly, because it's mid if you haven't gotten the clue. Intercept and a clear there, on through. And so that's kind of one of the difference makers if you're a newer team as well. You can come in there and just take more anchored passes. Say that, okay, I'm going to launch, I'm going left, I'm going right, I'm going to go to the mid area, I'm going to the bow tie area, I'm going to the Ready at Dawn logo, or nest, or what have you. That way you can already know where the pass is likely to go, and it should go, without having to rely on heavy communication at first, for a newer team. Now Boost coming through, again, slapped out of there by Ducky. This one right here, this block on either side is typically called Pac-Man.
Blue catches the enemy
Why?
pass. Blue throws
Anyway.
it way downfield.
So that being said, disc gets loose into this pocket. I call this area pocket, by the way. I don't actually know if anyone else calls it that, but I don't know. I guess as caster, I'm allowed to take some naming liberties, and I fancy the term pocket. As we look for a pocket shot into the goal. Oh no, Ducky.
Get to your launcher.
What was that?
12,
The mighty quack.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
And also, thank you, Not Duel. Hi, Nightfire.
3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, no, I know Dimwit. It's no worries. I'm just explaining.
Orange sends it back the
You know,
other way.
preseason, after all this whole preseason process of VRML is basically for the purpose of working out these kinks. So, you know, going into this kind of match and
Out of their zone.
the lack of a ref of sorts to come and help manage this. Note taken, mistake won't be made next time. That's the beauty of it, from the casting perspective and the production perspective, as well as from the player's perspective, the team's perspective. It's all about experiments. We're experimenting with format, we're seeing what the community likes, but seeing what works, and more importantly, what does not work. So with that being the case, lessons can be learned and taken,
11, 10,
not only as a league, but even, again, just as from a coaching perspective. I'm happy to do these kind of commentaries, help out that.
3, 2, 1.
Can't say I've ever done one live. I only have those 2 videos from like
Orange clears
2017. It's been a while. But essentially the same type of thing, and we really want to see more participation, more teams getting into the mix, and just learning the flow of Echo Arena. Participation so far has been incredibly overwhelmingly good. Like I'm ecstatic just seeing the numbers that we haven't seen participation-wise since 2017, basically. It's been really good. And that's why we're doing all the things that we're doing right now to try and promote more inclusivity and promote growth from the league, in the league, and especially going into this release from Quest, as we see this fast boost, stacks coming from the Europeans, and the slap shot by Martin. That's something, you know, to keep in mind, is that with a Quest release, we're going to see a lot of new players, a lot of new teams.
8, 7, 6, 5.
And the beauty as well, and I think some people kind of overlook the fact, is that, you know, with Quest, it will be the first time, at least from my point of view, that we're going to see an awful lot of players, potentially thousands of players at once, all getting into matchmaking at the same time, all learning the game at the same time. And, you know, with VR being a growing thing and a niche thing for the last few years until Quest and Rift S has started to come along and the price has come down for people. Seen a lot of, or, you know, not enough people to just make matchmaking great all of the time necessarily. But with the Quest release, you're going to have so many new players involved in this game that they're going to all be able to be, you know, rough. They're going to be able to be newbies together. That's a beautiful thing. That's one of the things that helped a lot of us original players learn early on in the game's lifespan. And of course, the rest of us here in the league's beautiful save there from Swingley, swooping in. Nice. Stody is going to also come in, look for a pass up top and down low off the pole. Martin's going to be there for the rebound. But we're going to see a lot of new teams coming into it, and I think maybe it'll be a little while before they all catch up. 3-point goes out there from Lil Red. But longer term, like months, a year from now, 2 years from now, it'll be interesting to see where this community's at. I'm just picturing a league one day, a game one day that's filled with thousands of players, hundreds of teams. I mean, you know, being the go-to VR sport. And I felt this way since literally the first 5 minutes of Echo Arena's beta back in June 2017. The moment I got into it and played my first match, it was magic. We realized this is what VR was made for, is games like this.
Possession moves to the blue team.
Just the beauty in the simplicity, yet complexity, which is to say like a real-life sport, where the concept is basic, the mechanics are simple enough to understand, but the complexity all comes from the players, it comes from the teamwork, it comes from just the way that each play develops. Millions of different permutations, and no game is ever exactly the same. Beauty of Echo Arena and Sport.
Intercepted. Orange clears it out of their zone.
So, we will follow the disc here as it actually goes into the alpha goal area, at least for a moment. Has not found itself there an awful lot, but Voodoo's going to try and get that disc. He is going to miss it. Taken by Stody. Stody, I assume, is going to go for a pass or a shot. Indirect pass to Ducky. Ducky's going to look for it. Going to juke around. Go backboard. Going to get in the hands of Lil Rad. Lil Rad taking an anchor, making an anchor. He's been an anchor for his team.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
About a minute 46 left in this one.
Here we go.
Opening match.
Intercepted.
Alpha has been exactly that. They've been Alpha.
Has the disc.
No doubt getting the job done here. Now up is Stody looking for an attack on the goal. You can see there it was Martin III trying to bother Lazy on goal. And again, 4 players, and not in the know perhaps. That's another one of the metas that have developed as recently as, I would say around springtime or summertime this year, where you really started seeing teams assaulting those goalies and anchoring down for really quick shots. Because when you hold on to an anchor and you fling yourself off and throw the disc, you're going to get faster, harder to predict shots coming out. And when you have someone bothering the goalie or stunning the goalie, you're going to make those 3 points. And 3 points is obviously worth a lot more than... And it's kind of... It relates back to basketball, which is a comparison I made a million times. In that, you know, you saw advanced analytics with NBA start coming out. And with it, the amount of threes being taken by players in the NBA kind of went through the roof. I remember a point, 10, 15 years ago, earlier 2000s and stuff, where you would get benched if you took a three that was not wide open, or if you ever a chucker type player. Coaches would hate you for it. But then analytics came out and were like, well, actually, these 3-pointers are worth it if you can make it at this kind of clip. And started taking more risks because as long as they are making over a certain percentage, I think around 30%, 32%, something like that, about a league average, was worth taking those shots. But now, that being said, taking a lot of shots was the Alpha Ducks coming ahead with a strong victory. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Hold on. There we go. Don't get muted, right? Oh, wait. That's not even a thing. Twitch will do that in the VOD itself. Never mind. I take it back. Let's go. I was thinking we were on YouTube or something.
Yes, I mean, that's all you're doing it for, isn't it?
Exactly.
You gotta love the spirit, though.
And we have fun anyway.
Look at that,
look at that.
So Lazy's the only good player on your team, what do you mean?
Lazy hasn't played in 8 months. He's been playing Pavlov instead.
Yeah, can I have a
Well played, everyone. That was so funny.
That was a close game, good game.
We came into it like super serious, and then the first round happened, we were like, oh.
What, you expected us to do better? Seriously? I played 6 games yesterday. That's my first games I've played in like...
This is the first
6
I've
months.
played in a while.
And indeed, I mirror what Isaiah says on that. Seems like Team Combat Redacted definitely has a great spirit. Hey, look, we're laughing, having fun. I mean, despite everything, that's the appropriate attitude to have. I'm into this to have fun, make a learning experience out of it. Obviously, their team, a much newer one, not terribly arena experienced yet, but
I'm pretty sure I can
that's okay.
I swear you can play like 14 games.
There are a lot of resources and more coming in terms of learning. We have pickup nights still happening on a weekly basis. We have the coaching scrims that our team is offering on NA's side. I'd like to offer it to EU as well. I know I'm around. It's just a matter of getting roster actually available to make times during daytime hours for you. Time zone difference. Nonetheless, there's a lot of resources available. And yeah,
choice
So-
words and all that.
What are the messages in chat?
That being said, I'm appreciative to everyone for tuning in. Well done to Alpha Ducks over on blue. Just domination. Twice to say. I mean, 73 stuns. 63 stuns as well for Martin.
I could have closed a couple times, I think, but
Yeah, especially when he was at the bottom of the goal.
But yeah,
and you
cheers
had terrible people.
to Combat Redacted for a great attitude, for sticking through it. There are teams who, certainly would not do that, including mine, probably. Like, rough sometimes, I get it, but we're all about promoting our growth and promoting our players in the league. Hence why, even at the last minute, I still had to be in here fastest if possible, despite the lack of a hammerman or secondary caster. So, with that being said, I think that'll do it for us just about. I hope people got something valuable out of this. Sounds like they got something valuable after this.
We were like perfect, like clean slate, and it just gone.
well, happy to help.
But yeah,
You must have
and
farmed up the
indeed what Nightfire is saying as well, because
in the league already.
there aren't going to be league mods and or refs or broadcasters and stuff available for every match that we play. It is,
That's gonna happen.
to a degree, a player's responsibility
Just
to
win by default by getting a
manage those mercy rules and things like that.
I was hoping for a
That's
med.
true enough.
I thought this was gonna be much
No,
quicker.
you can't
But,
do this anymore, but over 20 is counted as a mercy win with a dip.
Learning process.
That's a shame.
All right. Okay.
I'm a dip.
Well, that was fun. I'm gonna
Well played.
dip for now. For anyone else tuning in or wants to tune in later, we do have another match that I'll be casting alongside Dash, as well as Wit on the cameras. That's coming tonight. It is Team Joker, the Respawn Joker versus Ignite. And that is going to be one heck of a first day match. I promise you that one. Two really dominant teams. They have been killing it in scrimmages. Can confirm from a personal standpoint that they are two top teams looking to contend right up there at the very, very top. So I'm looking forward to casting that one, and hopefully everyone else here is looking forward to seeing it. So tune in. It'll be a little bit later on. I don't have the time for you right now, unfortunately. Roughly
I know it's the preseason, but we're still.
roughly 5 hours from now.
That's what
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
for.
it should.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it said preseason in the.
So until next time,
Alright, cool.
thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us here on the channels
Best luck.
What are you guys doing now?
and pay attention, on the Discord Echo VR for latest updates on the league and the matches that are going to be soon to come. I've been Palidore on casting,
Take it easy.
on directing, on producing, on not really refereeing. With that,